For the past 3 seasons, the Sixers embarked on a process no one in the NBA had ever seen before. While there was plenty of evidence of teams tanking for a season to get a high draft pick, we had never seen a team systematically do this, along with in-season personnel moves, all designed to maximize their lottery status. It was impressive, really, to see a team so fully committed to General Manager Sam Hinkie's vision, especially considering this was a 4-year plan. While the Sixers pulled the plug late last season and replaced Hinkie, there is absolutely no doubt he left the franchise in position to become something dominant if the pieces he chose develop. That said, there is a new addition to the team that you may not be aware of. In a surprise move, Sergio Rodriguez has rejoined the NBA after a brief 4-year stint several years ago. In the interim, Rodriguez developed into the Spanish Steve Nash, a magician with the ball, someone who played fast, yet with some of the best court vision of any guard anywhere. A good example of his vision and timing is this play, called the loop. Watch the cutter use 3 screens across the court to get open on the right side, and Rodriguez sees the last screener slip and hits him perfectly in stride. And the Sixers already have this play in their arsenal, so expect Sergio to fit right into the space and pace rooted in Spurs basketball. Rodriguez is also a master at changing speeds and using the dribble as deception. Watch how he rejects the ball screen, then uses the Steph fake pickup to shoot move, crossing the big man over, sucking in the defense, then making the easy play to find the open shooter in the corner. Rodriguez is also the master of the pick and roll, much as Steve Nash was. He doesn't always look to attack right away, instead trying to find an angle to hit the roll man for an easier shot. Here's more of his change of pace game, keeping the defender off balance and then finding the cutter on this gorgeous no-look bounce pass. He has real control over the play in the pick and roll, and one can easily imagine the likes of Nerlens Noel, Joel Embiid, and Ben Simmons pivoting after the screen, moving towards the hoop, and getting a perfectly placed and timed lob for a dunk from Sergio. And another example how he's a pass-first point guard, taking his time under control until he can exploit a crack in the defense with a perfect pass. And he's got a flair for the creative, and usually is right on target. This type of handoff action out top is very similar to what the Sixers do on their offense, so Sergio should have 0 issues picking up the offense, and look at this beautiful change of speed to get in the lane, then dump off for the layup. While I don't think he'll have much success at the hoop as a scorer out of the pick and roll, he does have a deadly step back game once the screener gets him some space. And how about this hop? If you go under the screen to give him the jumper, he'll make you pay with just a little bit of daylight, and if the big falls asleep at all, his jumper is quick enough to get off before the closeout even happens. His handle is very tight as well, enabling him to cross over and pull back against his defender, creating lots of space for him to step back into this three-pointer. And in transition, Rodriguez has all kinds of fun, and will without a doubt encourage his athletic teammates to get out on the break and run with him, knowing he's a highlight pass first guard, always looking to entertain and enthrall. It won't be hard to picture the likes of Embiid, Noel, Okafor, Covington, and Sarich filling the lanes and throwing down Rodriguez dimes. If you have any doubts about Rodriguez, I present to you one of my favorite passers from last year, Brazilian Marcelo Huertas, who isn't much of a scorer but has the same passing gene and was able to provide a number of highlights amongst the quick athletes of the NBA. If he was able to find a bit of success, Sergio will certainly have his way on the court. Let's move to rookie Ben Simmons and his ability to pass. While he shares the pass-first mentality with Rodriguez, Simmons possesses LeBron's body, and his ball handling skills will enable him to run the point guard position as well. What impresses me is how comfortable he is out top with the ball, directing the offense and finding teammates' shots. And he's always looking to make the right play rather than force up his own shot, but with some real entertainment value as well. He always plays with his head up, scanning the floor, and the prospects of going small with Noel at center and Simmons at point means lots of opportunities for these kinds of plays. The Sixers run a lot of 5-out alignments, with players dribbling to spots and looking for cutters, a perfect environment for Simmons to make his teammates better. Another thing that excites me about the way he plays is his ability to push the ball in transition. He should get plenty of rebounds with his size, and this allows his teammates to leak out fast. He seems to have another gear once he gets going, and there will be few players his size that will keep up with that type of burst. Now let's talk about the lesser-known Dario Sarich, a player the Sixers have been waiting for since trading for him on draft day in 2014. At first glance, he seems to be a typical low post player, taking advantage of weaker opponents down low with his size and speed. But he doesn't force a lot of shots, looking to create them for cutters when he draws the attention of the defense. And he also knows how to find the weak side three-point shot from the post, getting quite a number of his assists this past year from three-pointers. But Sarich is so much more than a big guy posting up and making some nice passes. Check out this crossover drive and hook pass to the corner for a three. These are the kind of plays reserved for point guards. And he has real ability to attack from the perimeter, get into the lane, and hit open teammates on cuts. His decision making is quick, and he doesn't need much time to find the open man on slick passes. With his size, he can really see the court well and has no fear of attacking the paint and letting cross-court passes fly to three-point shooters, something the Sixers and their style of play must be very excited about. Add to this the ability to run the fast break with his ball handling skills, and you've really got something. Check out his flair for passing, in the same mode as Rodriguez and Simmons. I mean, these dimes get fans up out of their seats and, more importantly, inspire teammates to move without the ball more to get open. And it's even crazier when you realize these are done as the primary ball handler on the fast break. Can you imagine having him and Simmons ripping down boards, pushing the ball in one motion, and dropping passes like this multiple times a game? Now that we understand the kind of vision these three players have and willingness to use it, let's look at some common Sixers offense to see if they'll fit. This is the zipper into an Iverson cut, and just picture the action moving to the left, clearing space for Rodriguez to get into the lane and find Noel for a nice dish. Same action but hitting the Iverson cut. Notice how the Sixers like to bring their bigs up out of the lane. This creates a ton of space to move the ball, attack on the catch, and compact the defense for easy cuts. It's clear Brett Brown has instilled the philosophy of lots of off-ball cutting and passing to the open man. And if TJ McConnell can find success, it'll be much easier for Sergio. On this final progression, the ball stays on the right side, flows into a step-up screen, and now you can picture this pass from Rodriguez to Simmons, who dumps it off to Noel, Embiid, or Sarich for the finish. On this quick step-up screen, the offense wastes no time in forcing closeouts, attacking on the catch, and willing passers all hunting for the absolute best shot. Here's pistol action to start with a handoff into a flare screen. This natural flowing to dribble pitch across the top plays right into Simmons' talents, and if Richaun Holmes can look good with this nifty pass, Simmons and Sarich will look like all-stars doing it. And this guard quickie handoff is tailor-made for Rodriguez, enabling him to use his deceptive speed to get free of his man and find the cutters. The clever sets don't stop. Here's a double curl with more opportunities for guys like Rodriguez, Simmons, and Sarich to curl to the hoop and find nifty pocket passes for layups. They run the high post split, and any of these three positions are interchangeable when Simmons is involved, and he should get very comfortable in this action really quickly. And they have a counter to this play, hitting the high post from the top and splitting there. Another play Simmons and Sarich can feast on with their passing. They were developing Noel in the role of big trailer, but Simmons and Sarich come in from day one ready to run motion strong as the trail. I have no idea how many wins the Sixers will earn this year, certainly more than the 10 games they won last year, but they will give us a glimpse into the process that Sam Hinkie laid out 4 years ago, and are in position to take over the East in a couple of years as LeBron declines. And we'll have this season to remember, as the one that recaptured the imaginations of Sixers fans everywhere.